Relocation to any place is always an exciting prospect for a student or a traveler. If you're coming to India, welcome aboard. I am Dr. Vaishali Lokhande, consultant physician at Apollo Hospitals, Navi, Mumbai. Let me take you through the checklist required before you even decide to pack your bags and move to our country. The most important aspect in healthcare is prevention, and vaccination remains the mainstay of preventive strategies. Anyone traveling to India, in addition to the regular vaccination, should have a flu shot. They should ideally be vaccinated with hepatitis A and B vaccines if not done already. Typhoid vaccinations are a good idea for people who are planning to stay here for a short period because the risk of getting infected is higher if you're not a local person. Clothing is of course the most important part of our packing and our most favorite one, as all of us like to believe. It also depends on which part of the country you're moving into. There are various zones, like some places are absolutely dry and arid, whereas there are some areas that are absolutely humid and moist, and they remain that way throughout the year. So make sure you know the right kind of clothes that you're packing in before you travel to that area. Areas like Mumbai and South and Chennai, etc., which are very humid and moist, you make sure you pack light. These areas do not get very cold even in winters. Maybe some part of South do get cold. So then pack light woolen clothing for that area. The whole idea is to prevent any infections or risk of getting common cold and other cold-related illnesses if you are being careless about it. If you're traveling to the north of India, where the weathers are extremely harsh and extremes of heat and heat fumes going throughout in the hot season and extreme cold waves going in the north, which has kind of food fatal for some people, make sure you pack properly. Not only the clothing, make sure your hydration in those areas remains adequate, because whatever be the part of the country that you're in, extreme hot weather can cause dehydration. In the humid areas, dehydration is very dangerous because it can cause sodium and potassium imbalances if you're remaining outdoors because of your work reasons. And if you're in the northern territories where there is a lot of extreme hot and dry weather, the risk of heat stroke and sunstroke being outdoors is quite high, and it can result in fatal hypothermia requiring hospitalization. So make sure you take all those precautions and protective headgear and goggles, etc. when you're moving outdoors, especially in these areas. The next and the most important item on the list should be food. It's very dear to all of us and it shapes our lives in many ways. All of us come from different lands and have different food preferences, but when you're moving to a country like India with diverse food habits and food palettes, it's important to understand that which part of the country you're moving into, and always make sure that do not go for the spicy items in the beginning itself. However, spicy food items you may be consuming as a habit in your life, because the variety of spices available in India are definitely more than any other land on Mother Earth. Now, it's important to understand when you start off with a particular food item, go slow, take it easy before you go for the total dip into those lands. And also important to understand that the foods that are usually available are the locally sourced, locally grown and locally produced food items, which are basically suitable because of the local climate that is suitable for those crops grown over there. Not only the food, the local beverages that are available, not your beverages from the factories available, but let's say in Maharashtra it's the kokum sharbat, in the south it's the rasam, or in the north it's the buttermilk or the chas that are common accompaniments to the food plate. These are the ones which complement the food item, aid in digestion and keep it light on the stomach. So make sure you consume food items accordingly. It is not a very sensible idea to consume exotic food items not grown in that land, because it really does not help your matters. It's important to understand that if you are having a light stomach or a difficult to digest stomach system, make sure you take it easy and go slow, and then maybe if you are able to tolerate, go the full throttle. After we've covered food, I think the most important other aspect that remains is our lifestyle choices and habits that form us. Most of us who believe in exercising or having a healthy lifestyle do adopt some changes in our life, like maybe going for a regular exercise. Some people are avid joggers, some people are gymmers, and some people probably are yoga fans. So whatever be your poison, make sure that you choose the right setting for that. Supposing you're moving to a very humid and hot climate, then you should be probably exercising when the temperatures are slightly cooler, like early morning hours or late evening hours when the temperature is suitable, because excessive running or outdoor activity in such climates can cause severe sweating and dehydration. And if you are not used to getting adequate water or electrolyte replacement, it could cause you a lot of trouble and discomfort, and which may in fact actually discourage you from continuing further exercises. Ditto goes for areas which are highly polluted, and there are some zones which are really highly polluted, and especially where the traffic load is quite high. In such places, outdoor activities are not a great idea, especially if you are doing it in the early peak hours. So it's good to avoid those activities or do them very early in the morning hours when you feel that the weather is better, or maybe you could choose a place like a gym where you would still want to continue your exercises. People who are diabetics, hypertensives or heart patients do need to carry their medications, carry your monitoring equipment along with you. At least a month's quota of your medications when you land into a country. Of course, you could go to any of our local Apollo clinics or Apollo hospitals nearby for further advice, consultation and management of your lifestyle disorders. Our doctors will be happy to help you there.